Good evening, and welcome to the March 10th, 2022 meeting of the Longview City Council. Tonight, our prayer and pledge will be held by Joshua Simmons with Thrive Longview. Joshua is in the 6th grade at Foster Middle School and participates in his 3rd season with Thrive. He also participates in a leadership group on Foster's campus known as Thriving Kings with the slogan, "We dream as a team." I like you already, my man. Come on up, give us a prayer and pledge.
Dear Heavenly Father, I thank you for this day. I thank you for all the good you have done for us, forgiving us even if we don't see a wrong in it. I thank you for helping the sick and the healed. I also thank you for all the knowledge you have given us. In Jesus' name I pray, amen.
Amen.
Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, young man. Appreciate you very much. And Clint, thank you for bringing him up here with us. Always a pleasure to have young people in the midst of the council chambers, providing us with such joy. We are to citizen comment. I have no speaker cards tonight. We'll move on to our public safety update. Interim Chief Boone.
Mr. Mayor, Council, Mr. McPhee. I want to talk first about our customer service survey that I told you about last month. We've now got our first half a month results. So we started on February 14th, Monday, and ran it through, well, it still continues, but to look at our results for February, we had 96 responses from our community, and these are people that we actually had contact that called us and we had contact with. And just looking at these charts here, you'll see on the first one, 69% of the people that called us were actual residents of the city of Longview. But as we all know, people come from the surrounding area to Longview, so that's another 30% outside of Longview that called for our service. And then we also asked them, did you actually have an interaction? Because some calls for service, you're just saying, hey, check on this or something like that. So they may not actually have an officer that they spoke with, even though they may have called for some type of police assistance. So on 70% of these calls, they actually had contact with a police officer. And on this next one, they had the next two questions here. They actually had the same possible answers you could choose, which were very satisfied, giving you a value of 5, satisfied 4, neither satisfied nor dissatisfied at 3, somewhat dissatisfied at 2, and very dissatisfied as a 1. And the first question asks, how was your contact with the Longview dispatcher? And you can see that was a 4.81 out of 5. So I was very pleased, very impressed with that. I was hoping to be 4+, but I wasn't expecting a 4.8, so very proud of that. And then the second question, how professional was the Longview police officer that you had contact with? And that also was a 4.81 out of 5. So again, very, very pleased with that for our first half a month of results. And our last one here asks, how safe do you feel in the city of Longview? And we're right at a 4 out of 5. And as you can see from the criteria they had to choose from, extremely safe's a 5, safe 4, and then it goes down from there. And either safe or unsafe a 3, not satisfied 2, or not safe 2, and not safe at all is 1. So I'd like to have seen that at least be a 4. We're right there on the heels of it, so there's room for some improvement, but we'll work towards that. But overall, very pleased for the first month. And moving on, March 2nd was the birthday of Dr. Seuss. So the public library celebrated that last week, and they had our own Richard Yakeley and Chief Stillman and myself come do a little reading. I had Yertle the Turtle, and we had a good time this past Saturday. And then finally, we are still looking for dispatchers, and we're looking for police officers. And if you actually notice there at your tables, you should see some cards, and these QR codes, just scan them, and it'll take you right to the website so you can apply for the job. And we have those for our police positions, and we'll soon have these for our dispatch positions as well. Do you have any questions for me?
Are you wanting us to apply for this job? Is that what you're saying?
No? Here's what I've told,
I'm not sure that I'm going to qualify, but if you want me to apply, I'll apply.
Mr. Mayor, here's what I told the troops. We're all recruiters, and we're passing these actually out at our briefings and giving them to the officers. And y'all being part of the city as well, I hope if you run across any man or woman that you think would make a great police officer, hand them that card and let them scan that QR code and go from there.
So now you're saying you don't want me to apply. You're saying pass those cards out and don't apply.
We'll
I'm
take you,
going to
sir.
apply and see
We'll
if I
take
make
you.
the cut. I'm telling you, we'll just wait and see on that. Thank you, Chief.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate you.
Hey, Andrew,
Yes, sir.
how many positions are you looking to fill in both spots?
Dispatch, we're looking for 10 positions, and in officer, we're looking for 17 positions.
Thank you, sir. Chief Stillman.
Good evening, Mayor, members of council, Mr. McPhee. Thanks for the opportunity to provide you with an update since our last council meeting of what's been happening in the fire department. We have great community partnerships with our local schools here in town, and anytime that they invite us into their doors to spend time with their kids, educating them about not just careers in the fire service, but things like fire safety in their house, man, we embrace that with both arms. So an example was at Pine Tree Parkway Elementary School just a week or so ago. One of our deputy fire marshals had the opportunity to go participate with their Genius Hour. This is not just the Genius Hour, but getting to interact with these elementary school kids. It's near and dear to me because I'll be honest with you, I knew in the second grade that this was the profession that I wanted to be in. And I've really, other than wanting to be a fighter pilot after I saw Top Gun, I never wavered from that. And you know, here I am 30 plus years into the career. So hopefully if we just planted that seed in one of these children's mind, you know, they could be the next fire chief standing up here someday. So certainly appreciate them letting us in and our guys taking the time to go out there and interact with those kids. As Chief Boone was saying, yeah, Dr. Seuss Day at the library was fun. I'm not sure who picked out the book lineup for this and how that got assigned, but I got one fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish. I definitely put a Gilmer twist on that. It was a lot of fun. Hope I never have to do that again, but no, it was fun. The kids were great, just the interaction, the smiles on their faces. It was a fun day. I hope I did a little bit of service. I don't think I did to Dr. Seuss, but I tried. We had the opportunity just yesterday to participate with a full-scale exercise out at the East Texas Regional Airport. This is an event that is required of them by the FAA. Every 3 years, they have to do a full functional exercise. It's a great opportunity for us to get to interact with our neighboring jurisdictional agencies that would respond out there. I'm sure you're aware that they have very limited public safety resources out at the airport, and if they were to have anything of any magnitude, it would certainly involve assets from the city of Longview and personnel to be successful in overcoming whatever those challenges were. So we appreciate them letting us be a part of it. It was a great opportunity for our people to go out there and get some hands-on experience and work through some of our own SOPs in a mass casualty incident like this at the airport. We had the opportunity earlier this morning to do another round of COVID vaccinations at the Gregg County Jail. We're happy to work with our partners in the County Emergency Management Office as well as assist Sheriff Sarliano in keeping that population safe. It keeps our workload down if we can keep them healthy and COVID-free. So we appreciate the opportunity to go up and help them out this morning. And with that, I'm happy to answer any questions.
Any questions for Chief Stillman? Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Brings us to consent agenda. Any items council like pulled off for separate discussion?
Move to approve.
Second?
There's a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Now to zoning and public hearing held to consider application Z22-03. Ms. Choi.
Thank you, Mayor Mack, members of council, and Mr. McPhee. The applicant is requesting a rezone for approximately .334 acres of abstract 262 of the Adjourn survey from multifamily 3 to general retail zoning district located at 1700 North Eastman Road. The applicant actually owns the property that's located just to the front along Eastman Road. He is proposing to build a storage building on this property. The Planning and Zoning Commission, along with staff, recommends approval of this request. I'd be happy to answer any questions at this time.
This does require a public hearing, which is now open. Any question, Ms. Choi? Anyone would like to speak on this behalf? If not, public hearing is now closed. Is there a motion?
Second.
There's a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Public hearing held to consider application Z22-04. Ms. Choi.
Thank you, Mayor Mack. The applicant is requesting a rezone of approximately 36.892 acres of abstract 262 of the Adjourn survey, and abstract 360 of the Adjourn survey, and Lot 7, Richardson Addition, located south of Page Road and west of Victor Drive. The applicant would like to develop a neighborhood of townhomes with approximately 90 lots. The applicant submitted a rezone for this property in October of last year to the Planning and Zoning Commission, who recommended denial at that time. The applicant did withdraw the request prior to the city council meeting and has come back with a new request to include a lot onto Victor Drive for access purposes. The lot will provide the needed second point of access that meets the fire code along with requirements set forth in the Unified Development Code. A neighborhood meeting was held on February the 8th of this year here in council chambers, where staff addressed many of the concerns that the neighbors had, which included traffic, drainage, and capacity of water and sewer. Page Road is classified as a collector and is maintained by the city. Collector roads provide for the collection and distribution of traffic between arterial and local streets. Planning and Zoning Commission, along with staff, recommends approval of this request. I'd be happy to answer any questions at this time.
This does require a public hearing, which is now open. Any question, Ms. Choi, or anyone like to speak on this issue? If not, public hearing is now closed. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second?
There's a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Did I hear everybody say aye?
Not loudly.
Okay. All of a
Just
sudden,
all
I
of
just
that.
thought I heard one. I'm like, hey, I heard no no's, so you got to vote somehow. Okay, so we did vote in favor of that. He says thank you. Okay. Wow. Check my hearing aid. Now I have a public hearing held to consider application Z22-05. Ms. Choi.
Thank you. The applicant is requesting to rezone approximately 1.315 acres of Lot 1, Block 1 of Good Shepherd North Park, located at 323 East Hawkins Parkway. The applicant would like to expand the existing building and parking. Planning and Zoning Commission, along with staff, recommends approval of this request. I'd be happy to answer any questions at this time.
Once again, the public hearing is now open. Any questions or concerns of Ms. Choi? Public hearing is now closed. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second. There's a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you so much. We are now to action item. Consider resolution authorizing a tax abatement agreement between the City of Longview and Aviagen North America. Mr. Mansfield.
Yes, sir. Good evening, everyone. One quick comment I would like to make. Chief Stillman, if you were in the second grade when Top Gun was released, I just realized I'm old. Before y'all tonight is consideration for a tax abatement for Aviagen. LECO board recommended approval of this. This is for a 50% tax abatement for 10 years. The company intends, we have a 3-year performance agreement with them executed. They intend to employ at a minimum of 69 employees. And now I know I'm old, I have to get my glasses out to read the numbers. LECO has granted the land over this time period. And one thing I would like to point out, in our agreements as well as the tax abatement agreements, these are not giveaways, these are performance-based. So the company has to meet these expectations before they receive the incentives. We like doing it that way because there's no clawbacks. Either they meet the goals or they don't. If they don't receive the benefit. But over that 10-year period, that results in a net benefit to the city of $780,000. And I'll entertain any questions.
Any questions, Mr. Mansfield, on this? Mr. Mansfield, you said this is for 10 years?
Yes, sir.
50% abatement?
Yes, sir.
And the city would have a margin of what, 700?
$784,000 over that 10 years. So currently, the property is gaining 0 in tax dollars.
Right.
So we recognizing, what, $78,000 per year for 10
Per year for 10 years.
Yes, sir.
And then after 10 years, the abatement goes away and becomes 100%?
That's correct.
Then it would be basically double that,
That total, right, in current numbers would be 1.2 million.
over 10 years.
Yes, sir.
120,000, 130,000 a year or
Correct,
something.
correct.
Okay, very good.
And this is South Longview too, so we
Right.
continue to have development occur in South Longview,
Right.
which is exciting.
What kind of salaries will they be paying?
These salaries are on average 36.5 on average. With the spinoff development occurred associated with that, you're looking at 50,000.
Okay.
So it'd be another 40 jobs spun off from this, according to our model.
Up to 69, their performance agreement is 69 jobs, right?
Correct.
Very good.
Mr. Rand, so where exactly in South Longview?
It would be south of Highway 80, from what I've been told.
Yeah, perfect. District 3 is a great place in South Longview.
Yeah, the majority of our development in the past number of years, from either building existing industry or expansion or new businesses, have occurred in South Longview. The Komatsu expansion, the Aviagen, Aeon Coil expansion, which you've been associated with. So we're really excited to see that. We currently have our Estes property under contract. Hopefully we can get that closed here soon. So a lot of great things happening in that area.
In the park?
Sir?
Are they going in the park?
Yes, sir, in the Longview Business Park. They will be just north of the former Neiman Marcus property and the
Right.
Smurfit Kappa property.
Great.
Very good. If there's no questions, is there a motion?
Move to approve.
There's a motion, a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, Mr. Mansfield.
Thank you all.
Consider a resolution authorizing the city manager to execute a contract for purchase of a custom 4-story fire training burn tower.
Yeah, Mayor,
Mr.
City
Archer.
Council, Mr. McPhee, good evening. Tonight I bring for City Council consideration a resolution to purchase and install a fire training burn building from WHP of Grandview, Missouri in the amount of $933,610. As you recall, in the 2018 Public Safety Bond Package, we included a fire training center. And the goal was to relocate the function that was there at Stamper Park, so still providing the fire department with the training needs they need, those functions, but have it at a different location. Back in August, we opened proposals for the construction of the training centers. The proposals came in at nearly double what we had budgeted. We then came back to council, and we did not accept those bids, and we have now went back out and revisited all the scope of that project. If you can see, that image was the scope that we were looking at that time. So we have a team of fire and public works employees that work diligently to reduce the cost. They have selected a new burn building, they've reduced the scope, and they've been working directly with the manufacturer so that we can make sure that we give the fire department the training facilities they need while keeping the costs low. I'm super proud of the work that team did. So this picture shows a mock-up of the 4-story burn tower and building that we're recommending to purchase. I should mention this is only half of the project. This is the building. Then we're going to have to go out and do the site work, water, sewer, drainage, and we'll bring those back to council once we get that prepared. The majority of this purchase is administered through a federal cooperative purchasing program, GSA, which is the General Services Administration, for $533,000. The remaining work and materials required to purchase for this scope require some specialized knowledge and some guidelines set forth. We need to make sure that it's installed correctly. The National Fire Protection Association sets out some standards for fire training, so we're making sure that it's installed to that requirement. And that will include the labor, the technical materials, and the foundation, and that's $400,610. So with that, I'll be happy to answer any questions. Of course, Chief Stillman's here as well.
Any question, Mr. Archer, on this?
I have one. What are the plans for the current fire training facility, the tower, to be removed from
Chief, do you know
Stamford?
the answer?
I'm sorry, the ultimate plan is all that will be wiped clear.
Wiped clear?
Right,
Okay.
ma'am.
Okay.
We will be completely out of that park neighborhood.
Okay.
Yes,
On the Niblick Station, is that tower similar to this one?
This tower will be able to do live fire training in. That tower is basically for ropes and ladder work.
give another one.
And then the other fire station, will it have a tower?
No,
No.
just the correcting station.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
So
Yeah,
what is the
yeah.
difference between this one and the one you had originally looked at doing?
And that's probably a
So, yeah, I feel like I got too many microphones. So it's basically square footage and some of the burn props that we had originally estimated in the first one, we've had to cut those out of the second one.
But you're satisfied that this one will?
This
do
will
what you
give us
need it
the
to do?
ability to do the type of training that we need. Now, there's always going to be room to improve it as we go forward, and we've designed it to accommodate that for future budgetary purchases throughout the lifespan of this. It's difficult to build one of these. I mean, you think about you're building a building that you're designed to set fire in and put out just time and time again for 40 years. And so getting this right at the beginning is it's vitally important. And we've already had an experience where, the current building that we have that is condemned and out of service, we probably didn't do a lot of that engineering on the front end. And so that's got us in the situation that we're in today. So hopefully we're going to rectify that so that in years to come, this building will continue to serve the fire department well.
You think it'll last 40 years, you think?
We hope, yes, sir.
Wow.
If you'd maintain and take care of it.
Yeah. Very good. Any other question of Mr. Archer or Chief Stillman?
Move to approve.
Is there a second?
Second.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. We now to items of community interest. Mr. Carpenter?
Thank you, sir. We have a few interesting items that I'd like to share with the council right quick and the citizens. The Pine Tree ISD retail spirit store is located in the new Eastman Credit Union building on the Loop, and they're now up and running. T-shirts, hoodies, caps, 11 to 3 Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Tuesday and Thursday, 11 to 5:30. Pine Tree Communications Department has won some annual conference awards at the Texas School Public Relations Association Conference down in Round Rock. They had a numerous list. They were chosen to win several awards out of about 1,600 entries, so I'm very proud of what they did. And last but certainly not least is that the Wellness Point dock is now up and running, that they partnered with the Wellness Point to announce the opening of the new community clinic. The Wellness Point at PTISD is located at the high school. The clinic is providing health and psychological services to the Longview community. The clinic will accept Medicaid, CHIP, Medicare, including HealthSpring. Most insurances accepted, including Aetna, Blue Cross, Blue Shield, TRICARE, United Healthcare, and no appointments necessary. So I think that's a good thing to have in our area. The clinic's located at 1001 West Fairmont at the high school campus. And that's it. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Ms. Snoddy?
Good evening, everyone. I had the honor of attending the Sunday evening performance of Cinderella, and it was amazing. I want to extend a job well done, and thanks to Pat George Mitchell for her leadership and dedication and the 50 years of service she's done. So it was awesome.
Isn't it amazing? She's been doing that for so long.
Yes, yes.
Such a gem in our community.
Definitely. Also, Andy, I don't know if you recognize, we have some classmates here tonight that just kind of
Showed up, huh?
Thank you guys for being here.
Why are y'all here?
I don't know. But I'm glad to see them.
We did. Hey, classmates.
Hey, classmates.
Thank you. Mr. Wade?
Yes, sir. I have a couple of things. First, the renovations for Broad Recreation Center are coming along. We took new photos of the construction today. As you can see in the picture, the white roof was the original facility that is being completely renovated, and the gray roof is all new space being added to the Recreation Center. During this time, the Recreation Center, including Broughton Branch Library, still remains closed, but it's coming along great. Looks very good. Next, Longview Public Library, spring break at Longview Public Library. It's a full week of free activities filled with fun, and that's all happening March 14th through the 19th. For the full schedule, take a look at longviewtexas.gov/spring break. And that'll be it, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Ms. Ishihara?
I do have a couple tonight. First, join us at Strut Your Mutt. This is always a really fun family event that you can bring your four-legged friend to on a leash, preferably a dog, but I guess a cat would be fine. It is Saturday, March 26th at 10 a.m. You can register online now at the website you see there, longviewtexas.gov/animals. The shelter will be open so you can tour and see the available animals, but just come out and have a good time. It's always a lot of fun. They have food trucks, events, activities, all sorts of wonderful things. And next is the Love Longview Day of Serving community-wide cleanup. If you've never participated in this one, it's also a really amazing day to come together with thousands of volunteers in the city of Longview to clean up. So if you've ever seen a piece of trash on the side of the road and thought somebody should do something about that, now is your chance. You do need to register individually or as a group ahead of time. So please get on that website, lovelongview.com, and let them know what you're able to do. It can be as simple as picking up trash. It can be as advanced as helping a neighbor who has a more serious need. So please get on there and be sure to chip in and help out our community. But that one is April 2nd, and please do register ahead of time.
Thank you.
That's it.
Mr. Wright,
Nothing tonight, Mr. Mayor.
it appears Mr. Purb is not here. Would someone please make a motion to excuse him?
Motion to excuse.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Okay, scholarship time. Graduating seniors, don't forget to get in those scholarship applications before the April 15th deadline. More information, applications are available at longviewtexas.gov/scholarship. Remember, the topic is, what do you think it would take for you to succeed in today's world? So get your applications in. I can't wait to read them and see what we come up with. We are once again accepting applications to serve on the City or Longview Board or Commission. Applications are due by April the 30th. For more information or to apply, visit longviewtexas.gov/boards. These are your chances to get in to city business. If you want to be a part of city government and make a difference and have a say-so, apply for one of our boards and commissions. There's spots available. It's a great way to see how the business of the city runs, because it's not what you think from the outside looking in. You need to be on the inside looking out. So this is your chance to do that. So feel free to come put in an application, and we'll put you to work for the city of Longview. Safety City Open House. We're having a Safety City Longview Open House. Join us from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Thursday, March 17th. The Longview Fire Department, the Longview Police Department, the Longview Parks Rec Department will also be on site. Bring your bikes and check out this amazing Longview treasure. If you haven't been to Safety City in a while, you should just go and join this little activity, because it's going to be fantastic. It's a wonderful place to see and walk through with your kids and teach them and let them see what's really going on. It's a wonderful thing. So if you have time, go out and join that and be a part of that Safety City Open House. Also, for several years, the City of Longview participated in a program where delegations of civic leaders from the Ukraine came to the U.S. to meet with members of local government. It was my honor in 2016, soon after I was elected mayor, to meet with one of these delegations and welcome them to the Longview. For the past 2 weeks, of course, the eyes of the world have been fixed on the Ukraine. Tonight, we remember the country as well as those particular leaders that we're blessed to welcome as guests into our community. We know that our thoughts and prayers are with them and all those that are making decisions that we hope will lead to peace and resolution and blessing for those families that have been separated and disseminated to other areas. It's unimaginable. I can't even fathom what they're going through, and I hope that this will resolve quickly and with a speedy, rapid resolution for all those involved. Good grief, look how young I was. This job is killing me. Look at that. Okay, so with that, remember to keep the Ukrainians in your prayers, and we will hope for the best as soon as possible on that. So with that, we are adjourned. Thank you all.